Hello, good day everyone. I'm Dr. Abubakar Alkali. You are welcome to my channel. Breaking news: 25 schoolgirls have been abducted this morning from the Maga Comprehensive Girls High School in Kebbi State. During the abduction, their vice principal was killed. Their vice principal lost his life. He was killed during the attack. This is yet another abduction of schoolgirls. This is really unfortunate, and it reminds you of the infamous abduction of 276 schoolgirls in Chibok, Borno State. This is very sad indeed, and it presents a grim picture, yet another grim picture of the precarious situation in Nigeria as far as security of lives and property is concerned. You really need to ask yourself what's going on. These things keep happening every now and then. At the last count so far, on estimate, obviously, 1,683 school children have been abducted. 1,683. This is quite alarming. So, children cannot go to school now for fear of abduction. You can imagine the trauma. A lot of them, they were abducted. Most of them, that's the end of their career. The trauma itself. The Chibok schoolgirls, they were kidnapped on 14th April 2014, are still in captivity. Some of them are still with Boko Haram. Some of them are still with Boko Haram. This is 11 years and counting. They are still in captivity. This is very, very serious. After the Chibok schoolgirls abduction, in Dapchi on the 19th of December, the list is here. It's long. It's a long list. 19th of December, 19th of February, actually, 2018, 110 girls were kidnapped in Dapchi. 110 school girls in Dapchi. That's about 4 years in between the Chibok girls abduction and the Dapchi abduction. 276 in Chibok, 110 in Dapchi. Within 4 years, you would expect that the security agencies, the government, will rise up to its responsibility after Chibok, because that was an abduction that, spread across the globe. It was an infamous abduction. You will expect that the government will rise up to its responsibilities, only for abductions to continue happening almost every now and then. Dapchi, 110. Then on the 26th of February 2021, about 3 years after, you have 279 schoolgirls again in Jangebe, Zamfara State. 279 in Jangebe, Zamfara State. You look at the pattern, the trend. It keeps happening. There was even enough time about 2 years, 3 years in between, for the security agencies to devise a means to crush these bandits. They can be crushed. We have heard they can be crushed within 2 weeks. That's what the governor of Zamfara state said. They can be crushed within 2 weeks or 4 weeks. Within weeks, they can be crushed. He knows quite a lot. He is at the center of this. Then you have, after 3 years, another one happening in Jangebe after Dapchi. Again, on the 17th of June 2021, in Yauri, Kebbi State, where the latest abduction happened, the same state, 11 schoolgirls were abducted by bandits, by terrorists. That's Dogo Gide's camp. And he kept them there for quite a number of years. Actually, then he gave a condition. You can imagine, on his own terms, he gave a condition that he didn't want to release them. He actually is not interested in releasing them. He is not even interested in the money. But for the fact that the parents, a committee, the government has to set up a committee. That's serious. Government set up a committee. Instead of this government sending troops to crush, find a way, intelligence. In this era of technology, you cannot identify and demobilize and neutralize these bandits and take these girls unharmed. When an American was kidnapped and kept, he was kidnapped in Niger, actually, Niger Republic, a few years ago. He was kidnapped in Niger Republic. But the bandits know that they will not, they will not be safe in Niger Republic. So they crossed the border to Nigeria. They came to Nigeria with the American hostage. And America mobilized one person and they sent special forces. These special forces killed all the bandits. Actually, as they put it, all the bandits except one were dead before they knew it. They killed all of them except one that managed to escape. And they took their citizen unharmed. They rescued the citizen unharmed. And that operation, I learned, was actually conducted with the support of the Nigerian intelligence. So if we can help other countries do this, why can't we do it for our people, for ourselves? Why can't we do it when the situation involves Nigerians? Why? No, this is a very serious situation. Very, very serious situation. The same state, Kebbi State, where these 11 girls were kidnapped in Yauri, the same state, were having yet another abduction of schoolgirls in Maga, around Zulu, in Kebbi State. So it's something to really sit down and think about. It's happened in Kebbi State in 2021. It's happening today, and there are no indications that it will not happen again. So, after the abduction on 17th of June 2021 of the 11 Yauri schoolgirls, of course, you can imagine a lot of them were put in the family way by the bandits. A lot of them, their careers were gone. A lot of these girls, from Chibok to Dapchi to Jangebe to Yauri, that's the end of their career. Actually, the mother of one of the girls in the Yauri abduction in 2021 died. She couldn't survive the trauma. Her daughter is in captivity and she couldn't survive it. She died from the trauma. There are other abductions of boys. On 11th of December 2020, 300 boys were kidnapped from Kankara. I still recall those pictures when the boys were pleading.
I don't see a Wendy in
They
your
were
contacts.
pleading.
Who would you like to call?
Okay? Pleading that the government should come to their rescue. 300 boys in Kankara. Then now we have 27 in Maga. 27. Some newspapers reported 25. Okay? We also had in 2021, on 17th of February 2021, in Kagara, 27, this is where we have this 27 actually, 27 children, 27 children, and 12 staff. It was from Islamic school, but it doesn't matter. These are children anyway, whether from a Western school or from an Islamic school. In Kagara, 27 children and 12 staff were abducted. It just keeps happening. Just when you thought, look, you have had the worst, it comes back. So, as I was saying at the last count, 1,683 school children had been abducted since 2014. A lot of them, that's the end of their career, as I said. So, you see, this issue has to be tackled holistically. It's not going to be resolved in piecemeal. It's not going to be resolved in piecemeal. Okay, this notion of the government saying, okay, we will strengthen security around schools. This abduction that happened this morning in Maga, they were actually police. They were policemen. Of course, they overpowered them. It was a night raid, 4 a.m. Policemen were overpowered. Of course, they must have escaped. They must have escaped. So this issue of saying, look, we will strengthen, how many soldiers, how many policemen, how many security personnel are you going to station in these schools? It has to be resolved holistically. Now the fact is, to resolve this issue, to crush these bandits once and for all, Nigeria has to be ready for an all-out war. This is war. All-out war against the bandits. Just like, I keep saying this in several of my videos. I keep saying this. Just like Nigeria fought the Biafra secessionists on ground and cleared them and crushed them, Nigeria has to fight these bandits on the ground. The same method that was used against Biafra, ground offensive, face-to-face combat, clear the forest, clear this forest. These forests are known. Where the location of these bandits is known. How did people like Sheikh Gumi find their way to the bandits then? How? So these locations are known. The locations are known. Kuyambana Forest. You see the forest around Dansadao, that stretches to Birnin Gwari and Niger State, is also part of Kebbi State. These forests are known. In Zamfara, the forests are known. Crush these bandits, clear them. As it is now, banditry is not even criminalized. Kidnapping and these killings are not criminalized. Because when you see a government negotiating and granting amnesty to killers, that means it's no longer criminal. It's no longer criminal to kill for a bandit to kill someone. It's not criminal. It's no longer criminal. When government goes a begging, pleading with bandits, showing them bandits are now celebrities. In Katsina, 5 local governments at the last count, 5 local governments have been donated to bandits. They have all gone into what they call peace agreement. And you see, this is the onyx of the issue. This is the crux of the matter. As government is negotiating and offering amnesty to these bandits, the attacks increase. So what other indication do you need? What other convincing do you need to understand that amnesty for bandits, for killers, will not work, it will not succeed, it will not stop these criminals, it will not stop these terrorists? They had been granting amnesty since 2013. And the attacks increase, the death toll continues to increase, abductions continue to increase. Just when you think you have seen the worst, more abductions come. There was a particular time in Zamfara state, the governor sponsored bandits to Hajj. Go and repent there. Repent before your creator. Go to Kaaba and repent. They went, they came back, they continued. Actually, some of them from the airport in Sokoto were sent to, actually moved to the forest. They moved to the forest from the airport. To tell you that it made no difference to them. It made no impact to them. So why continue to negotiate? I can remember in 2020, January 2020, I wrote an article on this, and I said, look, this amnesty you are saying for bandits is a wild goose chase. It is a red herring. It will not work. I remember just after Katsina State, under Governor Masari, had its negotiation, had its amnesty for bandits. I wrote that piece, I wrote that article, that look, this will not work. This is 2025 years. And the same Katsina State that entered into a peace agreement, as they call it, in 2020, that didn't work. This is 5 years. Is now going back the same route. The same route. And negotiating and actually donating and offering amnesty and donating local governments after local governments, 5 local governments, and more are coming actually. The same Katsina State that did this negotiation, did this amnesty in 2020, and didn't work. So, government, the federal government of Nigeria, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, the chief security officer of Nigeria, this is a time for a decision against these bandits and terrorists. If a decision has not been taken, this is the time to take it. First of all, I would strongly suggest and recommend that the government criminalizes all forms of amnesty for bandits, because it is unconstitutional. Where did the Constitution say you can go and negotiate with bandits? How? Because our government is lax, our government is not taking this issue with the seriousness it deserves. Foreign governments are now saying they are coming to occupy Nigeria, to invade Nigeria, to fight the terrorists on our behalf. When Nigeria sent its military to other countries to help them, other countries, foreign countries, the United States is saying they are coming to Nigeria. President Donald Trump said he is coming to Nigeria to invade Nigeria militarily and restore security in the name of stopping Christian genocide, as he calls it. So, the same Nigeria that has the military that can restore peace in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, is now waiting for another country to come and help us. This is very serious. Government has to criminalize all forms of amnesty for bandits. All those amnesty programs, amnesty, offers, negotiations, peace deals, as they call it, should be abolished by the federal government. The federal government has the powers to do that. Abolish all in public interest. Everything that the government does is in public interest, should be in public interest. So, in public interest, the federal government should abolish all peace deals by governments, whether the local government or the state government. Abolished. And a total ban on any form of amnesty for killers. This amnesty is against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. It is also against the provisions of our faith. It is against Islam. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 278 is there. Anybody who takes life violently, cannot be pardoned by anybody except the relatives of that person. So why did the governor got his power to pardon killers? The government should criminalize all negotiations, all amnesties for bandits, stop any offers of amnesty, abolish all peace agreements, any agreement that actually there is no agreement. What is happening is that the bandits come to such meetings to further intimidate people. They come on a show of force with heavy weapons and they go back. Can you imagine that an amnesty is on the line, a peace meeting, a negotiation, and bandits will come with heavy weapons, including anti-aircraft. They come with heavy weapons. After the so-called meeting, they still carry their weapons and go back to the bush with these weapons. So how will any genuine amnesty work that way? If you are serious about amnesty, the first condition is you drop your arms. Drop your arms. So when they come to such peace meetings, what they should do is drop their arms. These arms should be burnt, yes, burnt to ashes, and then a grader, a truck should be on standby to further crush the carcass of these weapons. Then we know you are serious about amnesty, about dropping your arms. But you cannot come in the name of amnesty. You want to drop your arms. You don't want to drop your arms. You want amnesty, and then you go back with these arms. And the next morning we hear you have attacked another village or town. So the government has to come up its cocoon. Government has to come out from this laxity. There is no longer time for this. These are the things that will actually warrant invasion of Nigeria. This is a fact. If it continues, because it means it can spread to other countries. Government has to come out. Look, deploy these soldiers to the forest. Let them fight these people. Let them crush them. It's not true to say that the bandits have superior weapons than our military. It's not true. I don't believe. I've never believed it. I've never believed it. Even if they do, Nigeria has the capacity to buy more. It's not even possible to say bandits, ragtag bandits, terrorists, Boko Haram, they have more weapons than Nigerian soldiers. No, I don't believe it. That's how how much I think about it. I sincerely don't believe that bandits have more sophisticated weapons than Nigerian military. I don't believe so. It's all boils down to laxity and absence of troop morale at the moment. Deploy these troops, deploy the troops, and let them fight these people out and crush them once and for all. Then our schools can be safe. We can sleep with our two eyes closed, and our dear country, Nigeria, can be immune from a foreign military invasion. Thank you very much, and God bless you.